I was working, I believe, like not very healthy thing to do, but 18 to 20 hours a day for almost a year. Like people there are ready to bet on you. For example, if you meet an
Wow.
investor and they just like you as a founder and they just like your idea, they might
Hmm.
as well just cut a 500,000 check there and then. Like, not even kidding. They
My
can just
God.
do that.
Okay.
LinkedIn is, I believe, like my bread and butter. That platform, I like live and breathe on that platform. So somebody starting out, please start posting on LinkedIn.
Today, we are in conversation with Muskan, who is the founder of Cherry Media, a marketing agency helping founders grow their personal brands, and the co founder of Meteor AI, which is a product which helps brands rank on ChatGPT. Muskan's journey of leaving her high paying software engineering role at Amazon to build something of her own is so compelling that even India today had to feature it. She even went to the Imperial Business School in London to pursue her master's in business administration and management, which she eventually dropped out of to build Cherry Media full time. Today, she has grown a community of more than 50,000 followers on LinkedIn, has worked closely with founders who are backed by Y Combinator in San Francisco, and is actively shaping how personal branding and AI first marketing come together. I hope you find this conversation valuable. Enjoy. Uh, I would just like to start off how is everything going at Cherry Media right now?
It's going great. I think it's year end, so year end for
Mm.
any marketing agency is very, very hectic. So,
Yeah,
and now because I'm also building Meteor AI, and we'll
true.
talk about it
Huh.
in the upcoming video. But yeah, I think it's going great. It's very hectic, but I'm grateful for the work that we are getting and that we are able to do.
Honestly, Cherry Media right now, I am in touch with founders who have spoken to me about Cherry Media, and I this like before even knowing you, I the word of mouth about it had spread. I
Yeah.
wanted to just know like what led you to starting a marketing agency in the first place, and how have you scaled it to such a large scale that people just have this strong word of mouth about it?
I think so. To give the audience a bit of context,
Yeah.
I have completed my engineering. Then I
Hmm.
joined Amazon as a software engineer.
Mm-hmm.
After my internship and my PPO, I had about a year and a half gap in which,
Okay.
like, I flew to Bangalore without a plan. Like, I did not have a job. I did not have anything. I was like, just let me just go and explore. And I'm a very big like, if anybody knows me, they know that how, like, I don't think a lot before taking any decision, right? I don't know if like that's a nice quality or not,
Uh-huh.
but I was like, okay, just let me go to Bangalore. I moved to Bangalore. I like for 1 month I did not have a job, but then post that I was like working at multiple marketing agencies because I wanted to
Hmm.
do something other than soft, because I knew that okay, in Amazon I will be a software engineer, let me do something else. So there
Got it.
I tried my hands on different things. I worked with brands like Razorpay, Eka Care, Kashi, Grow, and I was like, oh wow, this is something that is super interesting. Every day I was waking up to a new problem statement. No two
Mm-hmm.
days were similar. And I just explored that creative side of mine, that okay, how much I love being creative. I guess
Wow.
there, if you ask me, that marketing passion or that marketing ka
Mm.
kida, you can say, went into me. But I was not very sure if this is something that I do want to like do long term. But I
Mm-hmm.
continued doing that even when I was as an engineer in Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
And then like after almost a year and a half, I decided to quit it and pursue Cherry Media full time.
Like, I think what I had read across that India Today had published your story about this as well, like how a Bangalore woman like left her high-paying job for pursuing a passion of marketing agency. This is something which
Yeah.
is not very conventional. Like to have such a courage and belief in what your calling is, it's not something that every other person can do. But how were you so certain that okay, like this is something that I would be made of? I know you already said that you don't think a lot before making decisions, but that's even for someone like you who doesn't think, it's a very courageous step. And how was it like making that decision?
Yeah, I think you're super correct when you say that, like Amazon is one of the highest paying companies in
Yes.
like India. And
Mm-hmm.
when I told like, my friends and other people that, hey, I'm leaving my software engineering job, like everybody told me not to do that, right?
Yeah.
Because like it's a dream, like FAANG is a dream for most of the people. So I was like, what should I do? But thankfully, my family has been super supportive. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
if I don't take that leap of faith in my 20s, probably I cannot take that 15 years from now, right? And I
True.
knew that this is something that I have to do. And I am like delusionally optimistic about myself, you can say. Like
Uh-huh.
maybe that is something that keeps me moving. I was like, something will happen. Even if I leave my job right now,
Yes.
okay, I'll try for 2 years. I can get a job again, right? I have
Mm.
that optimism on myself,
Yeah.
like even till now. So I was like, okay, let me just leave it. And my
Mm-hmm.
family, like when I told them, they were like, do what you feel is right. There was no pressure, no nothing at all. And I feel that I'm very privileged in that sense as well.
True.
Like I would not like to deny that factor that, I have to take care of myself only. Like I do
Only.
not have anyone else
Mm.
to take care of. This is a privilege that a lot of people like take for granted, right?
Yeah.
uh, so that is something like I think my family, and then just having trust on my own self. And then I was actually like, I did not leave my job and then start Cherry Media. Okay,
Okay.
like this
Yeah.
is thing that people think that, okay, I leave my job, then only I can start something. I
True.
was working, I believe, like not very healthy thing to do, but 18 to 20 hours a day for almost a year, right? I had zero
Wow.
social life. I was working on all weekends. I came back from office and I immediately sat like to work, right? And
Huh.
that was a very crazy time, I would say. But that 1 year I reached to a certain level that, okay,
Mm.
that gave me like, even financially or in terms of like recurring income, that gave me that kind of motivation that, okay, now I can leave my job. So that was
Yeah.
not a decision that I took without calculations.
True.
So
Mm.
anybody who's looking to like leave their jobs, please make sure that, like you consider different factors before leaving one. Like, because I feel people have made it very cool to leave their jobs
Yes. Yes.
in
Yes.
2025, 26 now. It's not as good as it seems.
Like I was actually when that mean you were speaking, I was actually stuck on that 18 to 20 hours aspect. Uh,
Yeah.
at that stage, like you were working at Amazon, working at 18 to 20 hours. Uh, how was that phase? Like, is it something that you feel that was necessary, and is it something that looking back, you feel you could have done something differently, or that's the path that you would be going if you had to do it all over again?
Yeah, I don't think I'll change anything about it, because I
Hmm.
believe that time I just, I realized how much I'm capable of, right? Like
Got it.
there have
Hmm.
been so many times when there was my call at for Amazon for like five
Hmm.
to six, and then there was a customer
Hmm.
call or like my client call at Jerry Media from 6 to 7. So I had to finish that call and then go to a cabin in Amazon itself, and then just open my personal laptop, because I can't use my work
Hmm.
laptop there, right? So I
Sure,
had to open my
definitely.
personal laptop. Like there was not even a 10-second break in between. So that period was so hectic. Like even when I think about that, it
Uh-huh.
gives me goosebumps. Like sometimes when I was in meetings, and in marketing agency, that you have 20 bosses, right? In a job you have one. So they used to call me in middle, and when I'm like, let's say in a meeting room in Amazon, I was like,
Huh.
what should I do now? Right. So
Yeah.
then I used to like tackle somehow. And at that time, I didn't even have like a very big team to take care of everything. Now, a lot of processes are there, a lot of things are automated. But at
Yeah.
that time, it was not. It was very hectic, extremely. I did not have social life. People used to tell me that, like Muskan does not come anywhere. People stopped inviting me after a point because they
Uh-huh.
knew that my answer was always a no. But I guess I would not change even a single thing if I had to do everything all over again.
In the initial phases, I already, as you said, it was very challenging. But how was it like during getting your first clients? And I heard somewhere that when you are working at a job, you have one boss, but when you are building your own something, all your customers are your boss. So How was it like getting those initial few clients, and how did you convince them to go with you, Cherry Media?
Yeah. I think my first client, how did I get them?
Hmm.
I think it was so I did a lot of work at a very lower price, like
Okay.
for example,
Hmm.
5,000 a month or
Ha
3,000
ha
a
ha
month,
ha.
right? You should not shy away from doing work at a lesser price if you do not
Hmm.
have a lot of case studies, right? So
Got
I
it.
think my
Yes.
first client I got because I offered them something so good at such a cheap price, but
Mm-hmm.
that gave me a case study, right? So that first client gave me a case study of, okay, I grew his account. So I think I worked for him for about a year and a half,
Okay.
and I grew his an account from, like, let's say X followers to Y followers. I got him
Hmm.
XYZ leads. Then the next client that I reached out to, I showed them that particular case study
Yeah.
and I could charge
Hmm.
a little extra from that. And that is how, like I kept on building case studies and
Hmm.
then we could charge like higher price. But yeah,
Uh-huh.
I think my first client I got because I was offering something really good at a lower price. My LinkedIn
Yeah.
definitely helped. So if somebody is starting to like grow, for example, you are also like, growing your
Yes.
LinkedIn, growing your
Yeah.
skills, adds a lot of trust in people, right? So if you have to like trust somebody with like let's say 10,000, 15,000 followers or somebody with
Hmm.
no LinkedIn account, you would
Yeah.
obviously go with the first person. So I think if somebody's starting out, LinkedIn is I believe like my bread and butter. I like that platform. I like live and breathe on that platform. So somebody starting out, please start posting on LinkedIn.
You have also been a part of Entrepreneurs First, right? And just for someone who isn't aware about Entrepreneurs First, it's also a service which helps entrepreneurs with their ideas. And since
Yeah.
you have been there and done that, how much do you think that having such a community with you helps? And in your case, how did Entrepreneurs First help you?
Yeah. So I'm still a part of Entrepreneur First actually. It's
Okay.
like January
Yeah.
fourth month.
Okay.
It's a
Hmm.
4 month program, and I got to
Okay.
know about EF when I was in San Francisco. And Amartya, who is the alumni of EF, he told me
Yeah.
that hey, you should apply because I always wanted to build a product. So then
Yes.
I
Hmm.
applied it to tell the audience what is basically a program which takes you from, you can say, a -1 to zero
Hmm.
journey.
Hmm. Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
not like a normal accelerator that you just pitch your company and they will fund you.
Yeah.
Instead, they'll help you meet your co-founder there. They'll help you build your idea there. They'll give you a hands-on mentorship there, right? Like
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
everything from an idea, like they'll take you when you don't even have an idea, right? Which is I
Yes.
believe a very rare thing to do. They
Yes.
literally bet on people, right? So
Hmm.
and then there's a program for like 4 months, and
Hmm.
if you get selected, so there's an application, there are two interview rounds, then there's a
Hmm.
hackathon that you have to go to Bangalore, and like it's a
Okay.
24-hour hackathon. And then after these four steps, they select I think about 50 people, and
Wow.
those 50 people build from their EF office in Bangalore for four
Wow.
months.
Huh.
Then if they like what you've built, they end up funding you. So I guess, yeah, this
Wow.
is a very nice program, and I
Huh.
believe it has played a very major role. So for Meteor AI, I met my co-founder there. I thought more about the idea there. I believe
Hmm.
even though I had an idea, but I guess like the people there, the mentors there, they gave me so much insights on it, what is going on in the market, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Uh,
Hmm.
yeah, I guess it's been super helpful for me.
That's actually great to know. As I'd also came across such programs, but talking to someone who has been in the inner circle and talk about that, it's a great information piece of information for me. You also mentioned that you got to know about this when you were in San Francisco, and coming from you who is now building in Bangalore and also had an experience about running a startup in San Francisco. How do you think, like, what are the difference in the ecosystems there, or are there any parallels which you would like to highlight in the startup energy there and here?
Yeah. I believe I got like Bangalore HSR, I get the peak startup energy. I guess,
Wow.
are you also based out of HSR?
I
Bangalore
am
HSR?
I yeah, like I'm just 2 kilometers away from HSR. I was there HSR. Now I'm in Belendur right now.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. So yeah, like then you must be knowing and people who
I
are
know, I know, I
watching.
know. Like, yeah, yeah. Like, like many of my college mates, they are into startups, and HSR is the place to be if you are into startups. It is like everyone is living, breathing startups there. So I can definitely resonate with the energy you are speaking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I believe SF was very similar in that manner. I was so excited because, even like I had a lot of YC clients in my client base
Uh-huh.
for LinkedIn branding, and they used to tell me stories for their posts that, hey, I was doing this in SF, I was doing that in SF, I met this person. So I was like, I was really looking forward to going to SF and wanting to meet people. And I guess
Hmm.
SF lived up to the hype, uh, for
Wow.
onto like every aspect.
Uh,
I believe what the things that I love about SF is how easily you can access people. Like there was, like in one event, there's a co-founder of Vapi who was speaking. Then I met so many YC founders there, and like in like 2 or 3 events I went, and I got
hmm.
like two of my clients from there.
Hmm.
Then the co-founder of OpenAI, he was. Like he judged a hackathon, and all these people are like very easily accessible. Like you just go to events and
Uh-huh.
these people are just there, right? And it's not like something that is super crowded event or something like that, like you can just go talk to people. So I guess, yeah, the accessibility is something that I loved about it. And I
Mm-hmm.
guess the like people there are ready to bet on you. For example, if you meet an
Wow.
investor and they just like you as a founder and they just like your idea, they might
Hmm.
as well just cut a 500,000 check there and then. Like, not even kidding. They
My
can just
God.
do that
Okay.
like 30-40
Really.
minutes. So yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. So the risk taking capability is huge in founders, and also I guess the access to capital is a lot, which I
Hmm.
believe Indian VCs are also like moving towards that. But I saw a totally different dimension there.
But right now, like, just curious to know what does a typical day in your life look like building Cherry Media and Meteor AI? Acha,
Yeah.
firstly, like for someone who doesn't know about Meteor AI, could you just give a one-liner about a 1 minute introduction about what Meteor AI does, and so that we also have the context.
Oh yeah, for sure. So Meteor AI basically helps B2B SaaS companies get
Okay.
ranked on ChatGPT and LLMs. As we
Okay.
know that,
Hmm.
we have both. Like I believe you also have
Hmm.
Chrome as well as
Yes.
ChatGPT on your phone, right? So
Yes.
a lot of buying decisions that we do have moved to ChatGPT. Let's say you want to buy a invoicing software. What you'll do
Hmm.
is, hey, can you tell me an invoicing software for a startup under rupees 1,000, let's say, per month? And it
Yeah.
will give you suggestions. You will go ahead and buy, right?
Hmm.
Especially for B2B SaaS companies, this has been a consumer shift that they are seeing. So we basically help companies do that with the help of
Okay.
content. People gave
Got it.
analytics, but nobody really gave content that ChatGPT considers as a source of truth. So our
Got it.
platform basically helps with that. Yeah, we've been working with a few companies. Super
Hmm.
grateful to see like great results in just like last few weeks that we've been working with them. Yeah.
That's super great to know. Like you have now making an end-to-end full cycle for anyone who wants to market anything that they do by your service at Cherry Media and your product with Meteor AIs. And that's actually very cool to hear. And I'm thinking it's a very great potential for your business as well. But just curious to know, as I said, like what's a day in your life looking like right now, building both of these?
Yeah, I guess my day in a life is not very, I don't know, there are not a lot of things happening, to be honest. I
Okay.
leave my like I live in HSR, so I just leave my place. My office is like right, like just walking distance from there because I
Hmm.
cannot waste time in Bangalore traffic. Like
Yes,
I'm super
true.
scared of that.
Uh-huh.
So then I just go to my office probably like my entire day. Like I go there at about like 11, 12, and
Hmm.
then like I'm a late night work person. So then almost the entire day goes there. We go out for like lunch, dinner at max, and it's just night. And we just close with a few customer calls. I'm so sorry to disappoint you.
No, no, it's
This is
not. I can completely get like it's not. I wasn't expecting a structured answer as well because every day. would be different. No 2 days are the same, and it's very hard to list down and I do this at this time. So I can completely understand the chaotic schedule that you might be going through.
Happening things happening. Like I was just
Ha,
thinking very hard on like,
yeah,
I do this, I do that.
yeah.
But unfortunately there aren't any. Sometimes I do attend
Ha,
Bangalore events. Like there was an enterprise summit happening recently, I think last to
ha.
last week. So I attended that and I'm trying to like attend more of these events that are happening.
It's a
Yeah.
great networking thing to do, and obviously, throughout our conversation, I can realize how networking would have helped you to. If you have any tips for someone who wants to build a network or just get to know more people, like, would you have any one or two tips on that?
Networking, I think the simplest way to do that is give value and like try to reach out to people. Okay. So do
Okay.
not like for somebody starting out, do not try to just seek value. I believe like give
Hmm.
value to somebody, reach out to people just with like no intentions of like selling
Of
or
hmm,
anything
hmm,
else.
hmm, hmm.
Be super honest and ask people that, hey, I just want mentorship or I'm just starting
Yeah.
out and I want
Huh.
XYZ. You wouldn't believe how many people would be ready to like say yes to you. So
True.
the only difference is you just have to like reach out, right?
Yeah.
That's it, right? A lot of people like self reject that, hey, they will say no. What they
True.
will say no, that will happen. Like I have gotten replies from people I cannot even imagine. Like they will reply to me,
Wow.
but
Haha.
you can just try, okay? Like because you're anyways not getting a reply. If they'll not reply, nothing will happen. But if they reply, you're at level one. It's not like if they not reply, you'll reduce. So yeah, just reach out to people. Don't be afraid of like talking or like going on these events because I
Hmm.
like even till date I am like I believe I'm a very big introvert. So sometimes I'm not able to like talk to a lot of
Hmm.
people
Hmm.
in
Hmm.
these
Hmm.
events. I'm trying to like come out of my comfort zone. So if you are in Bangalore or like Delhi or Mumbai, probably all of these events are happening. Go to these events, try and talk to people, just understand what are they doing, who are they,
Got it.
rather than
Huh.
just to say. So yeah, build a genuine network, I would say, and not just a give and take.
Yeah, like all I could think was if you don't ask, the answer is already no. So
Oh
that's
yeah, I
really
sorry
hard.
who said that.
Yeah, yeah. I also am not remembering who said that exactly. But Muskan, like this around the half an hour conversation was definitely a lot of value. Just to end this off, for anyone who is into building or anyone who is interested to start something of their own, is there anything that you might have wished that a Muskan from 2 to 3 years back would have known that you would want that anyone who listening to this knows so that they could save up on their time and energy in building or starting out itself?
I believe I was less of an introvert, as I mentioned, right? Like I
Okay.
believe I reached out to people, but I
Uh-huh.
still feel I should like reached out to more and more people. Like if I reached out to
Okay.
10 people, I've reached out to 100 people, right?
Oh.
So I believe I could double down on that so that I can get more and more people and like build my network faster. And the other thing I would say is don't be afraid of taking risks.
Mm.
If like not in a bad way, like don't be like I'm leaving my job tomorrow after watching this podcast. But,
Yes.
like yeah, take calculated risks, but don't be afraid of taking risk, especially if you are in your early 20s. I might get a lot of hate for this. People might say that, like she's pursuing people to leave their jobs, but it's very important to take risks in life to reach
True.
at like somewhere. You cannot take a normal path and reach somewhere abnormal or reach somewhere exceptional. You have to take that exceptional path to reach exceptional place, right? And there is nothing like that you can't do something along with your job. If you're somebody who's starting
Mm-hmm.
out, take a job in a startup, as I told you earlier as well.
Yeah.
Doing a job in a startup is the best way
True.
to
Mm.
do a startup. You will get to learn so many things. Don't optimize for money in the start. Like even if they're paying you less, but they are giving you great experience, great work for
Uh,
them, like for as long
that's
as you want, and then learn and do something of your own.
That's definitely something to take away. And thanks a lot, Muskan, once again for making this happen in the first place. I am sure there is a lot anyone who wants to build can take away from this. Uh, I would just say that wishing you the very best with Cherry Media and Meteor AI, and excited for everything that you are doing, and keep up the inspiring work. So thank you very much and wishing you the very best.